Hello and welcome to a new twice-monthly podcast for Chanhassen High School community. My name is Tim Dorway, and I have the honor of serving as Chanhassen High School's principal. The purpose of this podcast twice per month is to provide information about our school, remind you, our most important stakeholders, about upcoming events and activities, as well as highlight the great things that our students and staff are doing together. Lastly, it will also provide me an opportunity as principal to talk about the why with regard to many of our unique programs, offerings, and initiatives. In today's episode, you can expect to hear about how parents can be involved in our school. Hear me talk a little bit about student orientation and schedule pickup, as well as our open house that week before school begins. And lastly, to talk about schedule changes and how those happen. So, how can parents be involved at Chanhassen High School? There are many ways. I'll share 4 of them with you today. The first is simply volunteering in our school. We have plenty of opportunities available to parents for doing so. Those would include volunteering to help support things in classrooms. We have needs to help provide service to parents and community members during our open houses and conferences. Selling concessions to benefit of our students during various events that we have here, and that is organized through our Booster Club. Providing meals for staff during some of our parent-teacher conferences as the evenings get fairly long is also another opportunity. Another group that we have here is called Parent to Parent. It's a group of parents who provide support for other parents and is directed by those parents. And the purpose of that is to really connect our parents with one another around topics that are of interest to them. The agenda for the year is done collaboratively among parent leaders and often includes inviting guest speakers to present from our school and community. I offer each year as well a principal's book club, and I select a book in the fall to study with parents and interested staff members and students from our school building. The group meets approximately 4 to 5 times beginning in winter, discuss the book and related topics to that book. This year's title is Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance, and it's written by Angela Duckworth, and we'll provide more information about that book study later this fall. Lastly, we also always need chaperones to help provide support to students and staff on many of our field trips during the school year. Those range from trips to professional theater performances tied to our English and literature curriculum to possibly the Federal Reserve to look at banking. We've also had many trips to the University of Minnesota and some of their medical facilities for some of our biology classes. Also, many, many more come up throughout the course of the year. Coming up right around the corner, we are looking forward to seeing students and their families on either August 15th or 16th for student orientation and schedule pickup. During that time, students can pick up their schedule, they should get their school photo taken, and turn in any pertinent forms that are required by the district. More information is available on our website under the news area. Representatives from the Booster Club, food service, administration, and counseling staff will be available to assist families. I would note that many students do take this opportunity at orientation and schedule pickup to walk through their schedule and place supplies in their lockers. Another reminder to seniors, you do not need to get a photo taken, as many of you have, or all of you have, some sort of senior photo being taken, and we just use your junior photo for your senior IDs. We also invite families to our open house on Wednesday, August 24th at 6:30 p.m. We begin in the theater with a sort of State of Chanhassen High School introduction and then simply provide time and space for families to walk the building, meet teachers and staff, and ask questions about our school. This is not at all intended to be a formal event, but more of an opportunity for families to get to see more and find out more about their high school. During this time of the year, we often get questions about schedule changes and about how we build our master schedule. And I will say first and foremost that we build our master schedule on what students request. We can't build a good schedule without student requests and without knowing what students want. For a school our size, that means we have 23,450 individual requests from students for schedules. And that doesn't even include the alternative courses that they select in case they can't get something. That's a lot. We make every attempt to register students for the classes that they selected during the registration process in the winter and spring. Our teachers are staffed and assigned based on student course selection. And additionally, we also have a need to try and balance classes so that no class is over capacity. I would note that student schedules will be live in Campus Portal the later part of next week, so students can see their course schedule electronically. Of course, they can pick them up at orientation, as I had alluded to earlier as well. Schedule changes during orientation and during schedule pickup on August 15th and 16th will be made for the following reasons. And this information will also be printed on student schedules when they receive it during orientation. We will accept appointments for filling a hole in the schedule where a course doesn't exist, for a junior or senior who's registered for post-secondary education option who needs to reschedule or make a schedule adjustment based on the college courses that they've selected. We make schedule changes during that time for any student who's a selected course for which they've not completed a prerequisite or for a course that they've completed already, for a senior who does not have a capstone course that they've not completed yet, or have not completed one before graduation. We also make those changes the 15th and 16th for students who are missing a required course needed for graduation, a student who wants to enroll in an online course, or for a senior who's been accepted to be a student aide previously by a teacher in our building. Our school counselors will be back on August 15th from 2 until 4 p.m. and from 5 until 6:30. On August 16th from 10:30 to 1:30 and then 2:30 to 6:30. And then the week of August 22nd, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th from 8 until noon, and then from 1 until 3 to help students make those adjustments. I hope you've enjoyed the first edition of our podcast today. If you do have topic ideas or questions you'd like addressed in a future edition, please email me at doorwayt@district112.org. Peace to you and your family, and go blue.